In the first chapter, Mr. Rutherford writes about how things are created twice. First, they're created in our minds, and then in reality. Over the past 2 years, we've described 5 shifts in how we think about our work, and we formulated these 5 shifts into a kasab. In this lesson, we're going to turn our kasab into a teachable point of view. The idea for our teachable point of view is to adapt our knowledge of the content we teach to meet the needs of kids, not the needs of the pacing guide. So let me be clear, the goal is not to fall behind the pacing guide, but in fact to surpass it. Our idea is if we base our content on deeper knowledge and understanding of the unique strengths and needs of our kids, then they will move through the content faster and more proficiently. Here's an example. Last year, we worked with a 2nd grade student who struggled mightily with decoding. We taught Wilson with perfect fidelity every single day with very little progress. With help from our school psychologist in a progress monitoring meeting, we discovered that this young student had a relative strength in perceptual reasoning. We changed the instruction to reasoning and writing, a program that reinforced the student's strengths through sentence patterning. In 2 weeks, our 2nd grade student progressed in reading more than she had in months. This is not to say that a different program is always the answer or that Wilson doesn't work. To think so completely misses the point. The truth is, every program works for the right student at the right time for the right reasons. For some students, the answer is not a program at all. This decision was based on a diagnostic understanding of who this student is and how this student learns. If we hadn't had reasoning and writing handy on the shelf, we would have designed something that looks a lot like it. We will venture into diagnosis and design later in this book study. The value of our idea, or the way that our idea is expressed as value, is in our understanding of our kids. As that understanding deepens, we can become more attuned to the aspirations of the student and the student's family. In this way, we can make our work truly valuable to them. Exploring their aspirations should lead us to ways our EC kids could access skills aligned to the standards based on their strength. Instead of adopting an attitude that puts all of our energy into what they can't do, we can shift our attitude to focus on what they can do instead. For our kids especially, success is what brings success. That's what empowers our kids. So if we want to improve the outcome of our students, we have to behave in ways that empower them rather than enable them. The evidence that is emerging in my own work and in the work I'm studying about research done by others like Professor Hare at Harvard Graduate School is that over-modification may well be contributing to less than desirable outcome for kids, especially those with disabilities and our learners who come from poverty. Having a clear image can disrupt the tendency to over-modify. And this is our first creation, or a mental image of what we hope will become a new reality. The most important factor in a child's educational success is the quality of his teacher. And the most important characteristic of a quality teacher is a student-focused, teachable point of view.